It's the Woody Show.
Well, it's an annual tradition in San Francisco. Garbage City, USA.
Oh, man.
Sad but true.
There are certain places that just go out of their way to be weird.
Yeah, I was walking from my hotel to the Folsom Street Fair, and I believe there were 12 piles of feces, if not more. Just that I saw. And the thing is, you can't tell, human or dog.
Human or animal.
Probably human.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, I enjoyed my time living in San Francisco. That was a different time. I didn't have kids. But, man, it has gotten crazy. I moved out of there, in 2009.
It is Escape from New York bad.
Right.
Yeah, I moved out of there in 2009. And the difference...
It was starting to turn then.
Yeah.
Starting.
The difference between now and then is just night
But,
and
like,
day.
Shuffles the dumping bum, who we saw on a regular basis when we lived there, that was nothing.
Yeah. And you know what's a shame is that San Francisco, if you could just get rid of the people, it's a beautiful place.
Yeah, the buildings are great.
Yeah, like the scenery. You look around, they get the bay, the whole thing. It's a beautiful city. The people ruin it. And when I say San Francisco, I am literally talking about the city itself. Like the downtown, it's a 7-mile by 7-mile footprint that makes up San Francisco. Everything on the outside of that. So we're talking about with the exception of Oakland and Berkeley. If you're talking like Marin County and then the other East Bay neighborhoods and cities, and then certainly in the South Bay, like you get down, San Jose is a great place. Get down to that area, Mountain View, and it's beautiful. And the people are normal. And you know what they all have in common? They all hate the people in the city of San Francisco because of crap like this.
Yeah, exactly.
And it makes the whole area look bad. Do you ever have that? Like you live in a city and everybody just associates your city with one part of town, that's really bad. I know, like, growing up in Jersey, that, Jersey gets a bad rap because most people fly into Newark, and that's all they ever see of Jersey because they go right into New York City. And that's all they've ever experienced with the smokestacks and the refineries and everything else right there off the Jersey Turnpike. And that's the only thing they ever see. They don't ever see you down in, these other areas or central Jersey. It's called the Garden State for a reason. Tons of, farms and open space, and it's really nice.
Oh, babe.
But people don't see that.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I go to San Francisco quite often because I have a lot of family that lives there. And the sad part of it is there's so many empty businesses now. The buildings are empty because of how bad it's gotten.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, moving out
so it's
constantly.
It's kind of like Zombieland.
Yeah. And then you got that trank drug, so it even looks more like Zombieland because you have the dudes on that trank.
It's weird when you walk around. There are people who are standing up straight from the waist down, like their legs are straight, but they are hunched over.
Yeah.
Like literal zombies from I guess that laced heroin, that's trank stuff.
But man, isn't that true about a lot of places where, man, if you just get rid of people,
it's so beautiful.
The world would be so great.
It would be beautiful.
All you gotta do is just get rid of the people.
Yeah.
And it'd be wonderful.
That's why I say join Hermit.
Get rid of all the people we're about to hear from.
But if you want to go to San Francisco, there's one day a year.
Oh, the Folsom Street Fair.
And
it's only one day?
Third Sunday of every September, typically.
Oh, and they put it on a Sunday, too, the Lord's Day.
During the day, and that's when they block off 8 blocks of Folsom Street by about 2 blocks on each side, and people go a buck wild, including our first man here. This is David. We've talked to him before because he is the owner and operator of the Folsom Street Fair POOL, the P-Ool.
Oh, it's a pee pool. Okay.
And this year, we've talked to this guy before.
He's the water park of the Folsom Street Fair.
Yeah.
Typically, it's off to the side. It's maybe just him or one other person in there. This year, insane. There were 4 or 5 people in the pool. It was on the main drag, and they were surrounded by another dozen people, 2 or 3 times that deep, waiting to use the P-Ool. And this is David, who's going to tell us about the great setup they had this year.
All right.
It's a wonderful year. They've put us in a wonderful position, dead center at the fair, so everybody has to walk by on their way to get a beverage, on their way back to the porta potties. People are stopping. People are loving it. The weather is great. And the whole fair has a wonderful vibe to it. And people are just loving the pool.
Here's a question. Why do you need the porta potties if you have a pee pool?
Yeah, right.
Well, that's what he's saying is, hey.
Just cuts down on the line, I guess.
Well, that's why they're in such a great spot.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, this sounds like the greatest day of this dude's life. The energy that he's putting in.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
This is Big P energy.
Yeah.
Now, Ravi, I know what you're saying. It's not just all willy-nilly at the P-Ool.
Right.
There are rules.
We have some rules about, keeping it all off the streets and in the pool. That's part of our agreement with the fair. They and the health department have all approved this and basically say, yes, this is a good thing. It keeps people from, urinating on the trees and in the alleys. We clean up after ourselves, and we're a good citizen of the fair.
Right. The fair has rules.
Right.
It's called etiquette.
Yes, thank you.
No, I'm
Don't
surprised.
pee in the street, pee in the pool.
But I'm surprised that this fair has any rules whatsoever.
I know.
Well, they want to keep it going.
And now I'm thinking a couple years ago how it didn't happen because of the pandemic, and now this.
Now there's.
I mean, God.
You're going buck wild.
Another thing too is because I've seen the P-Ool before, and you could kind of there's a little bit. No, it was sloshing this year.
Think about it, Gravy and all these people. Oh, buffets are never coming back.
Right.
No, stop.
No, we're never gonna have buffets or self-service. Fountain drinks anymore.
Too dirty.
Nope. But we have the pee pool.
So David brought up something there that I had a little question about.
So the health department approved this.
Yeah, well, I know that we don't talk to them at the fair. Sometimes have to advocate to make sure they're comfortable with us doing it. And of course, they were the ones who said no when there was the monkeypox scare. So to speak.
Oh yeah, I got my shot.
But that one time when we were really hoping to do it, and we had to shut down at the last minute because it was dangerous, and we don't want to get in trouble.
See, I remember a couple years I couldn't find the P-Ool, and I think it was a monkeypox outbreak.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that monkeypox was. I just don't think they want people that touch because it's skin to skin, but I don't think they want people that close together touching.
I was just having a conversation about monkeypox. Like, what happened?
Oh, we got a vaccine. Blood.
It was hot for a second. It's gone.
Well, to be fair, it really only was a gay man problem because it was skin to skin, and you had to be really rubbing up on somebody.
That's hot.
Yeah, I got my shot.
But how?
Of course you did.
Okay. Question. Pardon my being naive. How is that like a gay thing? Does it know that you're just attracted to other dudes? Like, so I would assume like skin rubbing on other skin. Like, what would it matter?
Go to any gay nightclub and how many shirts are off and how close are people dancing and how many. There's more man on man skin contact.
Well, so
right.
Honestly, it started in the gay community and then just stayed in the gay community.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
But hey, it's a vaccine.
Look,
We're good.
I'm no doctor.
Right, we're trying to learn.
I'm trying to understand.
That's fair.
I'm trying to.
Oh, and then last year they had a vaccine shot setups at every entrance to the Folsom Fair.
Yeah.
All right, so
609 texting over. I wish he would clear his damn throat. I'm pretty sure that's just how he sounds.
This guy always
permanent,
sounds
boys.
like
I don't think he's talking through a loogie. I think this guy has destroyed himself in more ways than one.
Is that RFK?
Over the years.
So now I know what you're saying. It should be obvious why you would want to be in the P-Ool, but he's going to explain it for us.
All right.
I just lie there on my back in the sun and luxuriate in it. But everybody gets into it in different ways, generally very mature and sophisticated ways. As you see, it's very popular.
Immature and sophisticated.
Yes, you can get started in your own home.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You know where else you could do that? An actual pool.
Yeah.
Well, that's what David's saying is your
Sophisticated.
backyard.
This is sophisticated.
And just
people.
luxuriate.
Right. You can do that anywhere else.
But that's what he's saying is, you know what? You don't have to wait. You maybe your little pea shot, literally.
Yeah. Let's say it's a hot day.
You go out in your backyard, get a kiddie pool.
This guy has a regular life, 364 days a year.
You have a 9 to 5.
I doubt
like,
it.
does he-
I doubt that.
But how do you support yourself then?
You're at the grocery store standing next to this
Yeah,
guy.
he's got to
They
have
were-
a regular job.
They were
Isn't that
taking
weird?
donations at the P-Ool.
Yeah, but that's not enough to get him through.
Right.
That's not a yearly salary.
Yeah.
Was there like
Yes.
a Venmo or cash only?
He has
Like-
19 roommates.
Like my buddy that owns a haunted house and he makes just dumb money in the course of 2 months. That I get.
Sure.
How much demand can you possibly have? And the people, I'm sure not everybody's making a donation, right?
Well, that's true, but that's why he does other events throughout the year.
Oh,
sweet.
Because
Yeah.
available for
This
kids'
is the
parties.
people guy.
And if you want to know how to find out, well, guess what, Ravi? He's going to tell you.
Yeah, because this year I'm looking for like a bounce house, maybe a petting zoo, people.
My group is called the Yellow and Black.org.
Shout out to the Pittsburgh
Oh, my
Steelers,
God.
also
Hey!
famous at PK, right?
Yes, of course.
Of course.
Steelers are black and yellow.
Oh, well,
That's right.
You know, you say that, Ravi, because I've heard there's been a remix of that famous song.
Oh, God.
The song Black and Yellow?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Yellow and Black.
Yeah, you know what it is.
The Yellow and Black.
I don't know what.
Blasphemous.
I don't want to know what the black stands for.
Apparently, it has to do. I'm on the.
Someone who ate a little too much green food coloring.
It has to do with like wearing certain.
Comes out looking black.
You wear certain like scarves. And it shows what you're into, and obviously the yellow means that.
Oh.
I don't know.
Right.
Oh, why and B? Hold on one second.
Oh, gosh. I don't want to know.
Yeah, right.
Master Ray, yellow black community.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's gonna take a while.
Yep.
Anyway, so moving on. I'll get back to that later.
Yeah.
You would be surprised, but there are people in rubber costumes everywhere.
Oh,
Lots of
is.
them.
that's comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, not just doggies, but a lot of horsies. A lot of guys. They pony play. We talked about pony play before.
What are you
Of
talking
course,
about?
of
Love
course.
that.
So it's
No.
rubber latex.
Take her.
No.
Yeah, she loves pony play.
She loves horses.
I'll give the Folsom Street Fair credit. You don't see kids there. People are smart enough to know this is no place for children. So this is a guy he's all tied up in ropes, and he's got but the pony has a leash on it too. So he's holding the pony's leash, and the pony's holding this guy's ropes.
All right.
The pony's name is Akara. The guy's name is Carbon. They're going to tell us why they're at the
Carbon.
Folsom Street Fair.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Arcara, you look like a horse.
Yes, I am. I'm a horse or a pony. Yes.
Yeah, so it's a subculture interested in anthropomorphic animals. Like, we're both furries. That's how we got to know each other. Guess it's the dynamicness of, like, the costume and be able to express yourself in such a transformative way. You assume a new identity.
It's amazing.
It's transformative.
So I know you guys are
What
shows.
a freak.
Those two guys, the guy in the leather horse costume with the latex horse, and the dude tied up in ropes, they're both furries.
That's
But it's
why
not sexual, right?
are they here?
But see, that's the thing, Ravi. Every time you say that the furries are weird sex freaks,
Right.
they'll say, no.
They deny it.
They say, no, it's just about costumes.
But
and-
one guy's in leather and one guy's in ropes.
But they invented a furry. How?
It's so odd.
So that's the question I had for these two.
Oh, furries are some kind of sex thing, right?
While I'm not going to deny that there is a kink or sex side of the fandom, but most of us enjoy like primarily for the community. Hell, some people even say they found the fandom through the porn, but they stay because of the community.
Come for the porn, stay for the friends.
Yeah, pretty much. And like a lot of furries are also on the A spectrum. So for some of us, it's the opposite of sex. It's just wholesomeness.
Yeah.
What?
Wholesomeness.
I don't know if wholesome's the word I would have
They're
gone
on
with.
the A spectrum.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Interesting.
Probably my most liked tweet of the past year was when I was at the Folsom Street Fair last year, and I noticed a man in a furry costume getting absolutely taken to town.
Oh,
Sure,
annihilated.
destroyed.
And you know who loved that and who liked and retweeted that more as like 150 different furries.
Really?
No one said, "Oh, hey, that's not what we do." They're
Yeah,
like,
that doesn't
"Yeah."
represent us.
No one said, "Oh, that's the one random weirdo." No, they're like, "Oh yeah."
This is an outlier in the furry community.
Also, I'm pretty sure that the word wholesome never made it into the Folsom Street word cloud. Yeah. When people are like, hey, tell us some things that you associate with it, give us some descriptives of wholesome.
Community.
Wholesome never made that. It's
Weird. Now, it's not just weird sex perverts. I did find this man, Dominic, and he, like myself, he was just there for the party. He just wanted to have fun, and he's going to talk about that.
All right.
I seen the craziest thing. I just saw a guy get his sucked. That's very interesting.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, it does sound like fun. I would never see that again, but it makes sense because it's San Francisco, so I completely understand.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Why?
That was fun.
Yeah,
It makes sense because that's what you do.
you're right about that.
Yeah, so Dominic, if you see that, maybe you want to join in?
Did you want to join in when you saw that happening?
No, because it was two men, and I am 150% straight.
Yeah.
Just like you see
I mean,
that.
that shows this is a party for everybody, right?
It definitely is a party for everybody, but there's nothing wrong with that. It's like, whatever you love, that's completely you, and there's no problem with that.
Yeah.
Oh, babe.
I mean, I'm
Here's a new text.
Yes.
Bring back bullying.
Bullying.
Whoa!
By the way, I'm 1,000% hetero. And with the furries, I've been to some conventions, and you kind of do feel sad when you see them without the costume, because it is a bunch of little dorks who just love sex in cartoon animal costumes. All right, this one guy caught me completely by surprise. Now, he was fully nude. He was absolutely naked. So
Okay.
that was, that tracks.
surprising?
That tracks. He had this weird sign about there are lasers on your body or something, and a website. And he has fun with accents.
Ooh.
His name is Ait, A-I-T. I think he might be from the Netherlands or somewhere.
Do you know about this menace?
No. Well, there's a guy that walks around with a sign that talks about lasers.
Could be him.
He's like super famous in the city. He's been doing it for like 25 years.
That might be this dude.
All right.
Tell us what your sign says and what it means.
It says you have rays on you, and my website, which is freedom4a.com. I'm not sure if you heard about the mind reading device. So it controls everybody like a robot. Earth is like an animal farming factory where humans are the animals and the thoughts are the milk.
And why are you at the Folsom Street Fair today?
I am personally a nudist. I enjoy being nude in here, and this is part of who I am. I always carry the sign, so it's like a mix between this and that.
A little business and pleasure.
It's not business. It's like who I am.
Just who he is, dude.
Yeah.
That's
This is me.
By the way, that's freedom4a.com. This guy's a maniac and probably needs to be institutionalized.
Yeah.
I actually have freaking sharks with freaking laser beams attached to their freaking head.
Yeah, he's got problems.
And that's what he does. Is he goes around and he tells people they're mind control lasers.
Right.
The guy I'm talking about is Frank Chu.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to get that confused. Yeah,
Definitely don't.
Yeah. Well,
But he's also a nudist, so he's at the Folsom Street Fair.
Noise.
There's some highlights from the 2023 Folsom Street Fair.
A sloshing people.
Oh, yeah.
How long of a shower did you take after that?
If we've piqued any curiosity, I will give you this warning. This is not something you Google at work. We've said that a number of times. I'm just letting you know.
computer, yeah.
Maybe on your own personal device.
Or the library.
But make sure you
Yeah,
VPN.
the library.
Make sure you got like one of those masking VPNs. You know?
Oof.
When you're Googling the Folsom Street Fair.
Just let the people's back.
All right. More Woody Shows next. Hang on.
The Woody Show will be back in